Everyone, it's Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations. Welcome to week 1 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. Woohoo! So excited. Okay, for today's project for week 1, we're going to make this little star pouch. And I'm just going to start off by saying I am not going to buy the candy to stick in here because candy is too, especially chocolate, is very tempting for me. So just know that candy will fit nicely in here. One of the little Hershey's bars or miniature Kit Kats. There's plenty of room there, as you can see. A little bag of M&Ms would even tuck in there. So we're going to start off with a piece of Island Indigo cardstock, and it's folded in half. Okay, folded in half. And I have the largest of the star framelits, and I am going to position this where the two bottom points here, let me get this where you can see, are extending past the fold just a tad. Do you see how you've got a space there and a space there? Okay, so let me run it through. I've got my magnetic platform, and I'm going to put my other cutting plate on top and run it through. Now it's cutting through 2 layers, and mine does fine with that. You can see I'm struggling a little bit because I didn't have my plates even. Ooh, did you see that? Look, I struggled. Do you see this? Really, you need to have them even like that, flush to go through. Whew. Wasn't that hard the first time? Okay, so now we have this little star that opens up like this. So let me set the big shot aside and I'll show you what we're going to do next. I wanted my star to be a little more, let's say, dark, a little more mysterious looking. So I'm adding some Island Indigo ink all over the front. Actually, just the front half, bottom half here, just to make it a little darker and more vibrant. Okay, now I can always go back and add that in just a bit, but let me show you what we're going to do next. We're going to take our paper snips and we're going to cut off the front point here. And so I'm just going to follow the curve of that, cut it off. Okay, then I'm going to take my fringe scissors, just for a little interest to give this top edge some fun. And you usually should not just cut to the point there. It's easier to insert the scissors farther in and don't go all the way down, okay? And I'm not worried if this is exactly the same size cut all the way, because I'm just going to kind of brush them down and fluff them up a little bit. And then I can sponge it some more. I don't want to cut off the end, so I'm going to just leave that alone. And then I can, oh, should have left this open. I'm going to take some more ink and sponge this up. And those cut pieces are going to pick up that ink pretty, okay? All right. Now, let me just curl these down a little bit. Now we're going to make the pouch, and we're going to add some sticky strip. You could also use Fast Fuse. Mine has not arrived yet. So I'm going to put sticky strip here and cut. And then along all of these bottom edges, I'm going to mark with a pencil so you can see. Here, 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 and here. And you're going to leave all of this open so that that's your pocket. Okay, I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so you can see where I have the pieces of sticky strip, and when you're applying it, you don't want to overlap or you're going to play heck pulling off that red strip. Okay, so I'm going to close it up, and now we have our pouch made. Super duper pouch. Cute. Okay, now let's dress it up a little bit. First, I'm going to take some Hello Honey cardstock and the 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch a full circle out. I'm going to take the punch again, slide that circle in, and I want to make a crescent moon, okay? So that is going to go down first. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to our star pouch. And we're going to be using the owl punch. The owl punch is very versatile, does lots of fun stuff, but for Halloween, we're going to be using it just as an owl, okay? So I have that there, and then I'm going to do something a little differently. I'm going to punch my owl out of Whisper White, okay? And what I'm going to do, and you can use whatever medium you'd like, but I'm going to color the individual pieces. Now I'm going to punch over this yellow so that I can find them all. And they want to go everywhere. Let me just gather them up. Hope I can find all the little pieces. Here they are. Okay, so now I'm going to color them, and I'm going to use my blendabilities because it's fast and easy. You could use your Stampin' Write markers. I guess if I didn't have blendabilities, I would sponge all of these pieces, okay? Or you could punch them out, punch the owl several times, or punch pieces of it out of the different color cardstock or pattern paper that you desire to use. But you can see how fast this is. And this is the dark crumb cake, the medium crumb cake blendability. Okay, so I've got that colored. And now I'm going to color his little vest. Snap that baby back on. I'm going to use my Coastal Cabana, and this is the dark one. And I thought that would look pretty with the Island Indigo. So let me color that real quick. Love these markers. Oh my gosh. Use them all the time. Alright, and then, let's see, we're going to do the little eyeballs. I think I'm going to use my Daffodil Delight, and this is the darkest one that I used. So I'm going to do these big circles for the back part of the eye. And you want him colorful, okay? So color that. I'm getting ink all over my fingers, but that's okay. And then I'm going to use, I believe this is Smoky Slate in the dark. And I'm going to do that for the next two size circles. And then instead of using those tiny dots for the little shiny parts of his eyes, I'm going to use the tiny rhinestones in our basic rhinestone sheet. And I'm going to color those with the blendability. In fact, I've already done it. But let me show you how we're going to assemble the owl. I'm just going to glue this down here, and I see I missed a spot. Fix that. We're going to put that there. Okay. And then the two eyes will go here. And then these, I'm going to put them like he's looking off to the side. And then I'll put the rhinestones on. So I'm going to adhere him together off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got him all together, and you can see I've colored these two small rhinestones on this string of rhinestones. And I'm going to take my snips and snip it apart and just apply. And what you need to do is be sure you reach down and snip that string of glue. It's like a long glue dot that's behind it. And you just want to cut it off so you can use that adhesive to adhere the eye down. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Get some help here. And put it down. Okay, so now we're going to take him, and he's going to go here, but first he needs a branch to sit on. So I just punched a modern label punch. You wouldn't have to. I just wanted about the right size. And I'm going to just trim this down to make like a branch. And there's not really a set pattern you just cut like maybe a branch would look, okay? Something for him to sit on. And you might want to narrow it down a little bit. Just like that. And then I've been using Tombow to adhere all of these pieces. You just have to be careful and not over glue. So let's do that. And that's Early Espresso cardstock. And then I see a little white spot on my owl foot, so I'm going to touch that up. And oops, got to put the lid back on the blendability. And let's go ahead and adhere him. And the branch first. And I did the branch. Okay, and now let's take the owl and set him up on there. Don't cover up your moon. And then I've punched and stamped Happy Halloween from Teeny Tiny Wishes on Coastal Cabana cardstock. That's to kind of match his vest a little bit. And let's see. Let's just put this right like this. And then we're going to pierce a hole. You could punch a hole, but I'm just piercing it right here at the top. And you can thread any kind of thread you'd like through it. You can see what I've done here. I've threaded some linen thread, and then I punched 2 stars out of Hello Honey from this punch from the Itty Bitty Accents punch pack. And I glued one on the front and the back to cover up where my string is, and it could hang on a Halloween tree or off of a little decorative branch. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, you can email me at lisa@inkinspirations.com. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.